Welcome to my channel Cyber Network. Picture this, a world where computer whizzes use their powers for good, like digital superheroes fighting cybercrime. That's basically what ethical hackers do. They're the good guys in the digital Wild West, using their skills to find and fix security holes before the bad guys can exploit them. In a world increasingly reliant on technology, their work is more important than ever. Think about it, our lives are practically glued to the internet. We bank online, shop online, even store precious photos in the cloud. All of this valuable information is vulnerable to cyber attacks. That's where ethical hackers come in, acting as digital detectives, sniffing out vulnerabilities in systems before they can be exploited. These tech-savvy guardians are essential in today's digital landscape. They help make the internet a safer place for everyone. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into the fascinating world of ethical hacking. This ain't your grandma's IT department, folks. This is serious business. Alright, let's break down this whole ethical hacking thing. Basically, it's like giving permission to a skilled intruder to break into your house, but instead of a house, it's your computer system. These ethical hackers, or white hat hackers as they're sometimes called because, symbolism, use the same tools and techniques as the bad guys, but with one crucial difference: permission. They get explicit authorization from the owners of the systems they're testing. Think of it like a bank hiring someone to dress up as a robber and try to break in, just to see if their security measures actually work. They're basically playing offense for the good guys, exposing weaknesses so they can be patched up before the real criminals come knocking. It's like preventative medicine, but for your computer systems. We live in a world where our lives are increasingly online. From online banking to social media, our personal information is stored on countless servers. This digital interconnectedness, while convenient, makes us incredibly vulnerable to cyber attacks. Think about it. Every time you enter your credit card information online, you're trusting that the website you're on is secure. But how can you be sure? That's where ethical hackers come in. By identifying and exposing security flaws, they help ensure that our sensitive data stays out of the wrong hands. Data breaches are becoming increasingly common, and the consequences can be devastating. Remember that time a certain hotel chain got hacked and millions of guests' data was stolen? Yeah, not great. Ethical hacking helps prevent these kinds of disasters by proactively strengthening security systems. In short, ethical hackers are the unsung heroes of the digital age, working tirelessly to keep our online lives safe and secure. They're like the IT equivalent of those guys who check roller coasters for loose bolts. Except instead of saving us from a physical plunge, they're saving us from a digital one. So how do these digital detectives actually do their thing? Ethical hacking is a highly structured process, kind of like following a recipe. But instead of baking a cake, you're baking in security. First, they get permission. This is crucial. Ethical hackers always operate with full legal authorization from the system owners. No sneaking around in the digital shadows here, folks. Next, they scope out the target, identifying potential vulnerabilities. This is like casing the joint, but instead of a bank, it's a computer network. Then comes the fun part, the actual hacking. They use various tools and techniques to try to penetrate the system, just like the bad guys would. But instead of stealing data or causing chaos, they meticulously document their findings. Finally, they deliver a detailed report to the system owners, outlining the vulnerabilities they found and recommending solutions to fix them. It's like giving the homeowner a list of all the ways someone could break in, along with tips on how to reinforce the doors and windows. Section 5. Real-life examples of ethical hacking, from bugs to breaches. Time for some real-world examples of ethical hacking. Remember when a tech giant had a bug that could let hackers listen in on conversations? Not ideal. An ethical hacker found that bug. Reporting it prevented a privacy nightmare. Dodging a digital bullet. A major airline's frequent flyer program got hacked. Ethical hackers test these programs to prevent fraud. They make the digital world safer. Section 6. The skills and tools of an ethical hacker, a peek inside the toolkit. Now let's talk about the tools of the trade. What does an ethical hacker's toolkit actually look like? It's not all dark web forums and mysterious lines of code. Ethical hackers need a deep understanding of computer systems and networks. They must master various operating systems, programming languages, and hacking techniques. Specialized software tools help them scan for vulnerabilities and simulate attacks. But the most important tool is their mindset. They need to think like a hacker, always looking for creative ways to bypass security measures. Section 7. The positive impacts of ethical hacking, strengthening the defenses. Alright, let's talk about the good stuff. The positive impacts of ethical hacking. At its core, ethical hacking is all about making the digital world a safer place. By identifying and helping fix vulnerabilities, ethical hackers prevent data breaches, protect sensitive information, and ultimately save companies and individuals from a whole lot of headaches. Think about it. A data breach can cost a company millions of dollars in lost revenue, legal fees, and damage control. Ethical hacking helps mitigate these risks, saving businesses time, money, and reputational damage. But the positive impacts go beyond just preventing financial losses. Ethical hacking also helps protect our privacy, ensuring that our personal information doesn't fall into the wrong hands. In a world where data is the new gold, that's pretty darn important. Section 8. Ethical hacking versus unethical hacking, a matter of permission. Now let's be clear. There's a big difference between ethical hacking and, well, the unethical kind. It's like the difference between a surgeon performing a life-saving operation and someone stabbing you with a scalpel. One is done with consent and for the greater good, the other is, well, not so much. Ethical hackers operate with permission, transparency, and a strong moral compass. They're like the Robin Hoods of the digital world, using their powers for good and making sure everyone plays by the rules. Unethical hackers, on the other hand, are the villains of the story. They hack into systems without permission, steal data, spread malware, and generally cause digital mayhem. They're the ones who give hacking a bad name. So remember, it's all about permission and intent. Ethical hackers use their powers for good, while unethical hackers, well, they're just in it for themselves. Section 9. Becoming an ethical hacker education, certifications, and career paths. So you're probably thinking, this ethical hacking thing sounds pretty cool. How do I get in on that? Well, it's not as simple as watching a couple of hacker movies and calling yourself Neo. Becoming an ethical hacker requires dedication, a thirst for knowledge, and a genuine passion for cybersecurity. It's not just a job, it's a calling. There are various educational paths you can take, from computer science degrees to specialized cybersecurity programs. These programs will give you the foundational knowledge you need to understand how systems work and how to break them, ethically, of course. In addition to formal education, there are also a bunch of industry-recognized certifications, like the Certified Ethical Hacker (CEH) certification. These certifications prove to potential employers that you have the skills and knowledge to hack ethically and effectively. And the career paths in ethical hacking are as diverse as the field itself. You could work as a penetration tester, security analyst, or even a bug bounty hunter, getting paid to find and report vulnerabilities. Section 10. The future of ethical hacking. Evolving threats, evolving defenses. Now let's gaze into the digital crystal ball and talk about the future of ethical hacking. As technology continues to evolve at warp speed, so too will the methods of both the attackers and the defenders. Ethical hackers will need to constantly adapt their skills and knowledge to stay ahead of the curve, anticipating new threats and developing innovative solutions. It's like an ongoing game of digital cat and mouse, with the stakes getting higher all the time. We're talking about the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, the Internet of Things, IoT, and the ever-expanding attack surface of our digital lives. Ethical hackers will play a crucial role in securing these emerging technologies, ensuring that our brave new digital world is as safe as it is connected. Section 11. Conclusion. Ethical hackers, the guardians of the digital frontier. So, there you have it, folks. Ethical hacking. It's not just a buzzword, it's an essential part of our digital security. These tech-savvy guardians are the unsung heroes of the internet, working tirelessly to keep our data safe, our privacy protected, and our online lives running smoothly. They're like the digital equivalent of firefighters, rushing into burning buildings, or in this case, compromised computer systems, to save the day. And as our reliance on technology continues to grow, their role will only become more critical. So, the next time you hear the word hacker, don't just think of shadowy figures in hoodies trying to steal your credit card information. Remember the ethical hackers, the good guys with laptops who are fighting the good fight in the digital trenches, making the internet a safer place for everyone. They might not wear capes, but trust me, they're the superheroes we need in the 21st century. If you like my video, please subscribe and share my channel, Cyber Network.